Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content.
The viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch.
Lauren, are you ready to show them the scariest costumes ever known to man?
Let's do this.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
We love this time of year. The cool, crisp air, the crunch of leaves underfoot, and the return of the Outdoors Delmarva Amazing Day Out.
This year, we took the crew to JZ Farms in Federalsburg. But before we get to the action, we want you to meet the host.
It is a perfect fall day out here. It is nice and sunny, and you let us come out for a little competition today.
That's right.
The local programming teams are having a little competition, but first, I want to learn more about JZ Farms. How did it get started?
Well, it basically started on a dream. My wife and I both said, let's see if we can make this happen and bring something to the area that we haven't seen before.
Talk about some of the fun things that are out here.
We've got jumping pillows. We've got 13 little houses for people to play in, all the kids. Let's see, we got a ropes course. We put that in last year. There's slingshots. There's paintball targets. We got the corn maze, which is fairly big, by the way. But yeah, there's lots of small activities, round bell racers and trikes. There's all kinds of stuff for people to do, kids and adults, both.
And what's the large corn maze theme? You change it up every year.
We do. This year it's kind of Peanuts themed. It's their 75th anniversary, so we're celebrating that with them and, hoping to push that out there. We're open Thursday through Sunday through the fall. Hours are, 10 to 5, and then Friday, Saturdays, hours are 10 to 8.
What about through November also?
Yep, through November as well. The hours go back to 10 to 5, and it's open through November 10th. Closed down on November 10th. We open back up, I think it's the 29th, which is Black Friday. So we're open the 29th and 30th, and then we're open for Friday, Saturdays in December until I think it's the 21st. That's the third Saturday in December.
And you guys have a gift shop.
We do. We have a market. We got some toys, and we got a few candles, and what else? We got some sauces, different things. Yeah.
So really something out here in Federalsburg. It's not too far. Make the trek, come on out. If you can't make it in the fall, come again at Christmas time.
That's right.
Thank you so much for having us today. I really appreciate it. I know the whole team does too.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, guys.
JZ Farms is open Friday through Sunday until November 10th. For more information, you can check out their website, jzfarms.com, or check out their Facebook page.
We're going to take a TV timeout, but we are going to hit the action down at the field when the Outdoors Delmarva Amazing Day Out special returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This is the Outdoors Delmarva Amazing Day Out special.
We throw it now to Tim, Michelle, and Luke in the DSN studios to get us underway.
All right, we're here to break down the Amazing Day Out. Michelle Roberts, Simnall, and Luke Neely at JZ Farm in Federalsburg, Maryland. And they start off with some basketball, and we got some hoopers in here.
Yeah, we're going to start with Kayla, our sports director for the Grim Reaper, starting off pretty strong, good form there. I know basketball is her favorite sport, and she's showing that off.
Seeing this event makes me very mad that I wasn't there, because this is like pop a shot at any bar or basement that you go into. And Kayla, she's got that jump shot down, a little push floater, looking like Tyrese Maxey.
She ended up getting 13 points. Now here comes Jack. Jack went for the Boo Crew, and he was cooking from the beginning. Look at how quick his shots are. Jeff Melvin with the quick rebounds.
And the height advantage there only helped him.
Absolutely.
The feed is half the battle. Jack is just knocking down one after the next, and Jeff is putting that thing on a tee for him. Can't have it any better from your partner.
So Jack would end with 21 through this round. He was cooking. So up next came Ben. Ben was going for the pumpkin heads. He has to beat 21 to get first, 13 to get second, and Ben, he's got that Larry Bird shot.
Yeah, I think this is how Larry Bird actually got his stroke, just shooting off a rim that's mounted against some wood out by a farm. And Ben had a pretty good stroke as well. It was Jack, though, who comes out on top.
Yeah, Jack would get first with 21 points for the Boo Crew. Ben would get second with 14 for the pumpkin heads, and Kayla would get the Grim Reapers with 13. She'd get last place with 1 coin.
All right, next up we had some bowling, but it was blindfolded. And it looks like they're throwing pumpkins, but it's actually orange balls. And here they go. That must have been so hard, guys.
I don't even know how you know where to go. I mean, it's team communication's everything in this.
And all you hear is yap, yap behind you, but you're trying to locate one of these 3 lanes in front. That's honestly pretty impressive that Pat was able to stick it on his second attempt.
So he knocked down 12 pins. That was a solid score from Pat.
Mm-hmm. And then next up, we had Satara for the Boo Crew right here. She went all the way to the left lane. They just had to talk about that.
What happens here if you're blindfolded? I think it's impressive enough when you can just knock down any of the pins.
And Boo Crew got 18 points, and then we moved on to the pumpkin heads with Freeman stepping up here.
Yeah, I saw the reaction initially, and Jack lets him know about it.
He got a little unlucky there.
He had a great power.
Yeah, that's
true. Just didn't go in. He still gets 1 point for getting third place. So no pins, but still got a point out of it.
Now we have some slingshot. We've got Trey, James, and Manny. The Boo Crew already out to a big stop after those first couple victories. Premise here, guys, you have to knock a tennis ball off one of those scarecrow-looking targets. It's a lot more difficult than I think it seems.
Yeah, they're making it look difficult too. So it's I don't even know what the strategy is here, and you can see all the rebounders.
Oh, we saw one right there. Someone hit it. Trey hit one. There we go.
Yeah, Red Pig first up, but again, the Boo Crew came out in front through the first 2 events. James just continues to put it on those targets, and I tell you what, they got a stacked group for the Boo Crew.
I mean, this team's lethal. We saw Satara pick up a win, Jack pick up a win, now James trying to finish it off, go 3 for 3 early on, and he looks pretty good doing it.
Trey's out there like, man, I need my fishing rod back.
Oh, look at the hustle on the rebounders, too, going to get the tennis balls, running them all back. I mean, this is tough. I mean, they're a long ways away, and they're making it look easy.
I like how James is manipulating his trajectory. You see, sometimes he'll start a little lower, other time Manny's simply launching it, and this tells me
There's
that
the celebration.
once again, Boo Crew. How about 3 wins in a row? This team was rolling through the first 3 competitions.
And when they got back to the studio, they were telling us how sore they were from these competitions. It took them like a week to feel better.
Well, that's only the first half. They're 3-0, but there's still plenty to go.
And we still got 3 more coming up after this for the Boo Crew on top of the big lead so far.
We'll get back to the action from the amazing day out a little later on in the show.
But up next, we'll get a perspective of October through the eyes of Scorchy Talls.
Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru, returns right after these messages.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
October is a wondrous time of the year.
And who better to describe those wonders than the one and only Scorchy Talls?
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Talls, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
October is the richest of months. Summer is over, but the sun in its afternoon zenith warms the earth, and our land is one of golden russet. October is the gateway path of autumn, the buffer between the sweltering heat of summer and the frosty nights that lie ahead. It is a time when the bounty of the land is harvested, when apples are prime for plucking, some with cheeks of rose, others with skins of emerald green. It is a time when mums are the royal family of flowerland, and the last rose of summer clings to life, buffeted by the same winds that scatter dead leaves hither and yon. It is a time when cider presses squeeze out nectar to drench thousands of autumn thirst, when birdhouses sit abandoned, their once resident hatchlings long departed for climates more forgiving. It is the month when the wild goose appears, searching the earth below its tired migrating wings for remnants of the harvest. A month when wide-eyed boys and girls, skin rough with goose pimples, imagine witches and goblins flitting past their bedroom windows. A month when spiders tend their deadly traps before seeking refuge for the winter. Yes, October spreads autumn's messages in many ways. It says farewell to hazy days and muggy nights, and hello to crystal cool skies, the first sweet smells of crackling wood fires, and blazing multicolored sunsets that could only be produced from the palette of God. Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that corn mazes have only been around since 1993, and that first corn maze was a dinosaur named Cornelius, and it was designed in a field in Pennsylvania?
Did you know that although most corn mazes are planted in the spring using a template, there are some that are made only after the cornfield has grown?
And did you know that the Guinness World Record corn maze as of January 2023 is 65.8 acres and found in Quebec?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It's time to get back to the action of the Outdoors Delmarva Amazing Day Out.
Once again, here is Tim, Michelle, and Luke from the DSN studio.
All right, we open up our fourth game back at JZ Farm. This time it's an obstacle course. Boo Crew's been dominating everything, but I think this is where other teams can start to even it out. We got some athletes all around. We're going to start with Zoe going for the pumpkin heads. She's got the orange shirt. It's perfect.
And this looks like a really difficult course, but really fun. And look at her going through it really quickly so far.
Key to an obstacle course, no hesitation. You have to make sure that every move you make, you commit to 100%. And Zoe's at a good pace so far.
I mean, look at this, the rock
climb.
wall, come on, and she's flying through it. So Zoe would end at 1:35 after she crawls through this all to wrap it all up. A good showing from Zoe, honestly, and looks like she's the first one to go. She had to set the tone for everyone else.
Always the toughest going first because you're not really up against anyone else. It's simply you versus the clock, and Zoe gets off to a really good start.
Oh, wow, that's painful. Did she? Wow. Falls in the middle, gets back up, finishes off strong. 1:35 for Zoe. A solid time to start it off.
That stumble
great
could be costly.
recovery for her too after falling like that.
All right, now we got Jeff for the Boo Crew trying to keep their winning ways going, and he was climbing early on, trying to get all the way through.
He's going full throttle. He doesn't care if he's falling. He's just going for it every move. And now he's on the rock wall there.
I'll tell you what, this is making Zoe's time on the rock wall look a whole lot quicker. Jeff is being very patient on the rock wall.
Oh, face plants into the netting.
Oh, Jeff.
I feel like everyone's gonna fall, right?
Did he
Like there's
start
too
this?
it's hard to keep your balance on all those different courses.
Wow, so Jeff finishes at 1:50 with no glasses anymore at the end of it. A good run for Jeff, so Zoe's ahead of him. Now comes the Reapers. Jeff's still feeling good. Now for the Reapers, we've got Chase, and you can see right away he's leaping through whatever the obstacle is.
This was designed for Chase Wiestruck.
He was so excited about this day of fun.
Absolutely.
And you can see his energy right now going through each obstacle, heading towards the rock wall.
I think this is how Chase gets out of bed in the morning to go brush his teeth. He's got his own little pack and play that he has to wind through just to get to the bathroom.
So much enthusiasm for him out there.
Look at him just fly across. A great showing from Chase. He ends with 1:06. He beats everyone else by nearly 30 seconds. First place for the Reapers, a big win. They try and mount their comeback, but they still got a couple more games to go.
We're up to game 5 of the Amazing Day Out. It's a barrel race. Each team member is going to help for this one, and we're going to have the Reapers up first, and it's going to be Chase taking the lead for his squad right here. Come on, Chase, you
Look
can do
at him go. He was made for this, just like the obstacle course. This is Chase's thing.
What's the strategy here? Do you approach it as if it was a hamster wheel, or do you act like you're a little kid got put in a tire and just roll
Manny
around?
going for it.
Pat and Manny. This is where you need a good full team. The other events, you could throw your best person on a certain thing, and Manny's rolling with the circle.
That works even better.
Manny's getting PTSD to those lineman sleds.
This is where I really think they got sore, from this specific course in this game right here.
So the Reapers went for 1:48. Now it's the Boo Crew as they're taking whatever strategy they can.
James, back it up.
Keep
Back
going.
it up.
Get up, James. It's
Call life alert.
And that's the Terra right there for the Boo Crew.
keeping it moving. So the
Zoe?
Boo Crew ends with 1:42. They edge out the Reapers by 6 seconds. Can the Pumpkinheads get sub 140?
Trey's up and he just decides to roll on down.
It's going down a hill.
Instead of a hamster.
This is good.
It works. Yeah, he's got some speed there.
Wow.
A lot of different methods to try to move this barrel.
And then he abandons halfway through. I like how he tried 3 different strategies throughout the entirety.
Wow, so the Pumpkinheads pick up first place there. 1:39. These 3 teams separated by just 9 total seconds. That was probably our best event, but the best is still yet to come.
The Boo Crew comes into the final event at this amazing day with the lead, but the maze, everything's jacked up. The stakes are higher. Here's how this works. Every single team has a pumpkin, and the winner gets 20 points. That could vault somebody on top for an upset.
I mean, it's going to completely flip the scoring. Basically, if you win the maze, you put yourself in the best chance to win the whole day, and this is phenomenal. Everybody all at once, and they all have to come out together as well. So the one person can't just find the pumpkin and leave. You got to get the whole team back together and go.
And I remember last year when we did the maze, I was exhausted after about 30 seconds to a minute. And they all got their pumpkins, I think, within about 2 minutes around there. So that was their goal, to get in and get out as quick as possible.
Everyone has to race out at the same time, and this finish is going to be close because I'm seeing some Boo Crew leaving that place last. Could we have a spoiler here at the end? It looks like the Reapers come out first, and how about that? They win one event, the obstacle course, and yet they get to come back to the station with bragging rights. They win it with 28. Pumpkinheads second with 20. Boo Crew last place with 17, even though they cleaned up in the first half.
That's how it goes. I mean, when there's one big event, they went all out for the biggest event, and they got the job done. Big props to the Reapers.
And I'm sad we weren't there, but it was just as awesome to watch how they did. Next year, we got to be there, though.
That was so much fun, and we're already looking forward to next year.
Before we start scouting out locations for next year, we still need to check out your latest photos. So we'll do that when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Ian Hinman of Princess Anne sent in this photo of his stepson Elijah with a personal best blue catfish measuring in at 35 inches long. Love to see it.
Shelby Taylor of Georgetown got herself a monster buck in Bridgeville. Hopefully we'll see Shelby at this year's Delaware Whitetail Open.
For those of you who came by the Camp Out for Kids toy drive, you may recognize Ron Rouet, and I can attest that he eats s'mores in the exact same way he eats crab.
Sasha is ready for Halloween, but wants to remind everyone that chocolate is not a treat for puppies.
Billy Zimmerman of Marion Station captured this great sunset on the Big Anamessex River.
And Ken Fullerton captured the Northern Lights like only Ken can. We've gotten quite a few pictures of Northern Lights, and we'll feature them on next week's show.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
The Longhorn Butcher and Taxidermy Mount of the Week is this monster harvested by Brian Birch, November of last year.
For all your butcher and taxidermy needs, call Spencer at 410-422-3942. Stop by the shop on Morris Road in Pittsville, or check out Longhorn Butcher on Facebook.
Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And thank you so much for sending in those wonderful viewer photos. If you'd like to submit your own photo, go to outdoorsdelmarva.com and click the banner at the top of the page. Or you can scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
Once again, we'd like to thank JZ Farms for hosting the Outdoors Delmarva Amazing Day Out, and of course, our extended Draper Media family for joining us.
Don't forget to download the DSN app to support local teams with big dreams.
We hope that you and your family have a very spooky and safe Halloween, and we hope that you'll join us right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher Standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.